everyone, it's Rena, and today we are going to be doing a quick speed sculpt video. Actually, I had originally prepared to do a speed sculpt video, but it didn't work well because my video got corrupted. So I'm just going to show you basically a step process of what I did to create this character. This character will be available on Booth for $10, and the hair will also be available if you want that as well. If you want to separate, you don't want the whole character, but you just want the hair. The hair will also be on Booth for about $5. So you can check it out. The link is in the description below. So I started off with removing the original hair base and then created my own. I knew that I was planning on making these little bun things, as you can see. So how I created those was using just a regular freehand mesh and then make little swirlies, as you can see all the points from the different hairs. And then to make it jet out of her skull like that, you just play around with the width of the hair texture. I didn't really change too much of the curvature because it didn't really matter too much, so you can keep it the same, but you really want to use the width and the thickness of the hair. So in the next step, I wanted to add some texture into those buns. So I did a little bit of like a braiding technique around it. So I basically created a halo kind of effect with the mesh around those buns, and then did the first set of braids, and then I did a second one where I brought in the front half of the halo and kind of just squished it in closer to the middle section of the hair, which you'll see in about a few seconds. As you can see, I am using the old beta version of vroid, so I think I'm probably going to go hand in hand using it to create the hair in the old version, and then to fully customize the character I'd probably use the newer one. So the final result I did create in the new version of vroid. So I basically just imported it and updated it. But yeah, so this is what I was talking about, how I just pushed in that the mesh inside the skull. So then I wanted to link it to some braids because the character does have 3 braids on either side of her head. So I just added the 3 braids. This very basic technique, which I've shown in a few videos before, and then I just added my own like pieces, such as like the little elastic beads at the bottom. It was supposed to be more circular, but the mesh, I guess the way how it was drawn, the way I decided to draw it, it kind of gave it like more of a rectangular effect, but whatever, it's same concept. And then yeah, just added some earrings for the character. She's supposed to have very large hoop earrings. I tried a different technique, so I wanted to see how that would work, and I forgot to turn off mirroring. So with this whole hairstyle, I pretty much had mirroring on the whole entire time, just to make my life a little bit easier. The only time I didn't have mirroring on is when I was doing probably that first initial strand in the middle of her head of doing the base hair. But other than that, everything else had mirroring on, just because it just makes your life a whole lot easier to do this, especially if you want the hair to be symmetrical. So that's pretty much it for the hair, so let's move on to the face. So for the face, I didn't really record any of this. I wasn't really intending on recording it. I kind of just wanted to see if you guys could figure out which character it is, but obviously it's in the title, so you know what character this is. But I kind of did my own style with her makeup. So she's supposed to have very like loud makeup around her eyes. I'll include a picture right here of what she's supposed to look like, and then I kind of took bits and pieces of that. But yeah, there's her iconic eyebrows, the triangle shaped eyebrows, and then I've just basically moved to the clothing. I did a rough draft of what I want the clothing to look like in the old version of vroid, and then I moved everything into the new one, and then I colored the clothing in a second party application. So this is the final result. In this vroid version, I edited the face by just changing up the nose structure and the cheekbone structure, since you can do that in this version. Also, I did add in some more fullness into her lips and change around her eyes. I mean, I could have done the eyes at least in the other vroid, but I was just lazy and I just thought it would just be easier just to do it here since it has all the other features there. But that's the final look of this character. I think she came out pretty well. I actually am pretty proud of how she looks, but we'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.